Good morning, Cranes. I'm Malinzak.
And I'm Lucas Bowerman. Today is Wednesday, March 13th, and we're coming to you from the CKTV studio with today's episode produced by the DVP class.
We are officially moving our show to release on Wednesdays, so thank you for your patience as we've worked out a schedule. We've had some lovely weather lately, haven't we, Lucas?
Yes, it's feeling more and more like spring. The weather is warming up, and this is the last show until after we're coming back from spring break.
You might have noticed some new faces around the MSB building lately. Over the past several weeks, there's been an in-depth search for a new permanent head of the boys' middle school. Mrs. Rodriguez has served as the interim head for the past 2 years, which was always a temporary position.
The search was led by Dr. Suzik and had several committee members made up of staff, parents, and students. During the process, the committee brought in 3 different candidates to have interviews and experience a tour of CKMSB.
We'll report back on the details of the search and the results as we receive more information.
We've been reporting on the creation of the boats for the 8th grade boat regatta for over a month now, and this Friday morning we will know if the boats sink or swim. We will be sure to capture the event and have footage to share when we're back from break.
After the boat regatta, we have a social at MSG. During the social, there will be snacks, games, movies, dancing, and other fun activities.
A team of 5 MSB students competed in the U.S. Department of Energy's Science Bowl 2 weekends ago, and they came in 3rd place overall. 8th graders Max Yuan, Zihan Jing, and Suhas Madipatla, and 7th graders Amruth Prasad and Michael Chen answered math and science questions while competing against 18 teams from all over the country. The MSB team was in 4th place after the first 3 matches, which advanced them to the top 8.
From there, the teams were able to advance to the top 4. The first 2 teams tied with 98 points, and our team took 3rd with 68 points. The boys answered questions in biology, chemistry, physics, earth and space, energy, and math, and their coaches, Mrs. Hatner and Mrs. Campbell, were proud of the way they worked together and encouraged one another. Congrats to the MSB Science Bowl team as well as our MSB Math and Science teachers for a job well done.
In 8th grade news, at the start of this month, the 8th grade class had the opportunity to go to Zeckelman Holocaust Memorial Center. While there, they were also told the intriguing story by his daughter of a man who survived the Holocaust. This trip coincides with the Holocaust posters they are working on in Global Studies class, which are due today and will be on display.
CKTV members Isaiah and Provost and Dylan Beznos had the chance to catch up with students as they toured the powerful museum and talked through the 8th graders' reactions to the museum and this incredibly harrowing time in our history.
So at the Holocaust Center, we have 25,000 students who come through our doors each year. And we don't just want our students who come here to know about this history, we want them to take lessons away from it.
It really makes you realize how important human history and the importance of a human life is.
To understand that they have choices and the responsibility to make choices to make our world a better place today.
Thanks for that, Isaiah and Dylan. Moving on to 7th grade. 7th graders have been busy with their mini mineral museum projects in science class. The mini mineral museum event takes place tonight from 5 to 7 at the Cranbrook Institute of Science.
This afternoon, the boys will be bringing their museums over to CIS to get ready for the big event. At 2:15, the boys will meet to take their exhibits from the tables in the hallway outside of Mrs. Hatner's classroom and carry them to the Vaughan lobby. There will be a bus to take them over and back before school lets out for the day.
It's hard to believe, but now that we're moving towards spring, that also means the 7th grade astronomy overnight will be happening shortly after we're back from spring break. The big event will take place immediately after school on Friday, April 12th, and end Saturday, April 13th at 10 in the morning.
As part of the overnight, students will be able to choose different workshops that will center around research, designing, exploration, and fitness. So far, there are already over 60 7th graders signed up for the event. If you have any questions or want to know more, please see co-organizer Mrs. Hatner.
And in 6th grade news, the 6th graders have been hard at work on their osmosis lab in Mrs. Campbell's class. Based on these pictures, can you guess what they used as part of their studies?
Some people call it the osmosis egg lab. Some people refer to it as the naked egg lab, because you take the egg and you put it in vinegar, and the vinegar reacts with the calcium carbonate on the shell and dissolves the shell so that just the membrane of the egg is left. And then we can put that cell model in hypertonic solutions, hypotonic solutions to wait and watch to see what happens with the water. So I'm hoping that it takes what the book describes in only maybe 3 or 4 sentences and helps bring it to life. They can see it actually going on. They can make predictions about what they think is going to happen. And then after they see the results and they do a little research about how water likes to move in nature, my hope is that they get a better understanding of what osmosis is.
And now it's time for Cranbrook Kingswood MSB Sports and Intramural. Our MSB swim team lost another tough battle by 5-2 Fridays ago. It was their best meet times and teamwork yet. They had another meet this past Friday and leagues yesterday. We'll have those results on our next show.
There was a meeting on Monday for anyone interested in playing MSB baseball in the spring. If you weren't able to attend or have follow-up questions, please see Mr. Paris or Mr. Oth.
And in some fun news, Pi Day is tomorrow. It's called Pi Day because of the date, which is 3.14. Ask your math teachers about pi and its significance if you want to know more.
Yes, so happy Pi Day. That wraps up our show. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our CKTV YouTube channel.
You can find us at CKTV CKMSB. We'll post our bi-weekly shows along with other content throughout the rest of the year. Once again, I'm Lucas Bowerman. And I'm Mac Malinzak. Have a great rest of your week and a wonderful spring break, Cranes. We'll see you back here for our next show on April 17th.